What is up, guys? It's your boy Regan here, along with Mr. Nick Larson. Nick, how are we doing today, buddy?
Not too bad, Reegs. How are you?
Doing real good. As always, man, it should be a great game. We saw two amazing games in the AFC Conference Championship and NFC Conference Championship, and this one looks to be a good one as well. Nick, what are your keys to this game for the Chiefs?
So I think this is really going to be the first time the Chiefs wide receivers are going to be outmatched with speed. And these Redskins defensive backs are nothing to mess with. Higgy has had some success as of late, but Jack has been in this league for cycles now. Jack knows what to do to stop speed receivers. I think it's going to come down, though, if Higgy can not turn the ball over, he's going to give himself a chance to win. If he starts to throw some interceptions here, it could get ugly fast for the Chiefs.
I hear you. Especially, and that was something he talked to me about. That's one of his keys for the game is not making mistakes, because he was saying how Jack is one of those guys that always will take advantage of the mistakes that you make. Giving him a short field is the worst thing you can do. With his run game and his ability to read the field, he's a dangerous opponent always. You actually just played him. What do you think would be a key for him to actually come out on top?
For Jack?
For Jack, yeah. For Jack. Yeah, for Jack.
Oh, for Jack to go on top. Jack just needs to do what he always does. He needs to mix up his play calling, which he does so well. He runs the ball when you think he's going to pass. He throws the ball when you think he's going to run. He just needs to play his game, and he should have no problem winning this football game.
Yeah, that's the thing is Higgy really comes into this game as a major underdog because, this is his first Super Bowl. Jack, I think this is his fourth. Is this his fourth Super Bowl this cycle?
Maybe even fifth. I don't know. He's been to everyone except the two I won and the two. No, Brent won two, I won two, Tosh won one. So yeah, fourth. You're right.
Okay.
He's been to four. Yeah, and he's won one, lost one. And yeah, he lost to that bum Brian.
Nah, he lost to this bum Regan too. He's lost two and won one. Yep.
Wow.
So he's the one who's given up the AFC wins.
That's true. Oh, could it be another one for the AFC?
I don't know, man.
I just while we're waiting for this game to go on, the Redskins defense picked off 40 passes, led the XCFL this season. And other than this season, Higgy's been careless with the football. Mahomes has thrown pick after pick after pick every single season. But this year he really is it's been one of his keys to limit his turnovers, and he's done a great job. But he's never faced a defense like this. This is the NFC powerhouse. This isn't this isn't your typical AFC football. He's going to get it's going to be a new experience for him.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. It'll be a major step up. There is good competition in the AFC. He beat Brian, and Brian is a very, very solid user with those Titans, and he's got a great pass rush. The thing is, I think like you said though, the key is going to be that secondary. I don't think that Higgy has faced a secondary quite like this in every single matchup he's had, especially in the matchup against Pride. But in almost every matchup, he's had a speed advantage, at least with one of his top three receivers. With this one, he probably won't even have a speed advantage with any of them. So
the Redskins come in with the two best cornerbacks in the XCFL with Byram and Fairley. Both are, just absolute monsters and can guard anybody. You have to take what this defense gives you. You can't test them deep, and that's what Higgy did against Pride. That's what Higgy did against Brian. He connected on his deep ball, and you can't. You have to be very select when you throw your deep ball against this team.
Absolutely, and this team, that's another thing though is you do have the best two corners, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. You have a great safety. Another good safety. You got two good safeties in really fast free safety, and then that strong safety drafted in the first draft. He's got go ahead.
Bly.
Yeah, Bly. Mike Bly. That's right. Yep, the Perry Pinnell wannabe.
But the big story for the Redskins is they're without their leader Josh Rosen, and it definitely made a difference when I played them. So you're missing Josh Rosen. Leonard Fournette ends up tearing his MCL against the Packers in the NFC Championship, and he won't be playing today either. So you got Fournette and Sam Darnold running the show for the Redskins offense. And, Darnold has been terrible this entire cycle. That's kind of what to watch. Can Higgy, capitalize on a couple bad throws from Darnold, maybe a couple bad decisions? That's something that's going to be a big key here.
Absolutely. It will be. Darnold has been kind of hit or miss depending on which team has had him. But yeah, I agree. I mean, for a Super Bowl contender, he's good enough to get it done. We've seen quarterbacks like Joe Flacco and Eli Manning go through and get their teams rings. So would Darnold be the next?
I think he will.
All right, just as we get set to kick off, I'm going to feature like I said earlier, I'll be featuring the top comments that we have in our YouTube chat. So guys, feel free to interact and I'll go ahead and feature your stuff. We got Dave here in chat saying, "Let's go, Higgy." And that is, I assume that speaks for the majority of the league. Everybody loves an underdog, and Higgy definitely comes into this game as an underdog for the reasons that we said before, with Jack being in 4 Super Bowls, 4 out of the last 5 because it was broken up by Tosh this last year. But this will be a good matchup for sure. And Darnold takes the snap on first down, looking to roll right, hits his tight end on the crosser, and he gets about 20 yards on the play. That's a great start for this Redskins offense.
Absolutely, that's what this Redskins offense does. They love to hit those crossing routes. It's just, that's their bread and butter right there. Get Darnold the easy throw to start it out, and we'll see how they do the rest of this drive.
And Darnold coming out, single back set behind him. He's got Hunt. Snaps, tosses to Hunt. Hunt going outside. He's got a lot of space to run. And he goes down after a gain of about 30 yards.
It was a big pickup. Big pickup for Kareem Hunt. Big pickup for the Redskins, snagging him. I think he was a free agent. And people thought, he ran all his wheels off. And, Kareem Hunt going against his former team here in the Kansas.
That's true. We got Brian Gibbs in chat saying, good old Brian, he's saying, "I was in 4 straight Super Bowls, Regan. Don't forget to say that." So sure enough, I will give him a shout out because he did lose. Did you lose 4 straight, or was it oh, no. He lost 3 out of 4, I think.
Yeah, he lost a lot. That's all. Yeah. Lost a whole lot.
Yes, sir.
But early on, though, this Chiefs defense, they need to come up with a play. I think the offense can hang with the Redskins defense. He just needs to force some turnovers and get a couple stops here. Field goals. Even just field goals.
Absolutely. That is so critical because his offense can get touchdowns. As long as he'll definitely be able to get in field goal range. And a beautiful sack there on the play, or almost a sack, but the ball got thrown just at the last second. Darnold managed to get it out of there. Brings up a 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 from the 24. You hope the Redskins are smart here in the playoffs. You just have to take your points. So don't turn the football over, Jack.
Jack is so dangerous with that running game here on 3rd and 1. He has everything available to his offense. Higgy shifting the line left. And he runs it. Has a huge hole. And he gets caught from behind down around the 6-yard line. Kareem Hunt, another big run, brings up a 1st and goal.
It looks like Jack's going to be relying heavily on this running game tonight. Which no Leonard Fournette. Kareem Hunt's going to have to carry the load. I think they only have one other running back on their roster, and then their fullback, which is very ballsy to not sign somebody else before you come into the game. But
that's what Jack does. He's been running. He's won Super Bowls against Brian with 60 overall halfbacks. That's just how he goes. He lives on the edge. And Darnold scrambling, and he's got a touchdown.
Who needs a running back when you have Sam Darnold run the football?
Oh, of course. Best running back on the roster for sure.
There you go.
All of 80 speed and probably 79 acceleration.
So this is the one thing you cannot get down against the Redskins. You need a response drive here, keep it close, because if you're in comeback mode and you have to just start airing it out, you are in big trouble.
That is absolutely correct. This the Redskins defense plays so good with the lead. And we've got, I believe it's Greer taking it out.
Gordon.
Oh,
Gordon.
Keenan Gordon. Yep, who got traded from Dave a few years back.
Yeah, that was Dave's big downfall. Traded away his guy, and we haven't seen him be the same since. What happened to the Jacksonville Jaguars this year?
I have
What were
no
they?
idea.
5-11?
Yeah. He must not have gotten the memo. We're not doing the draft this year. He was tanking for that high pick.
Somebody checked out a little early.
For real. All right, Kansas City coming out on 1st and 10 at the 22. And they get him to jump on that first play of the game. Daquan Zellner jumping off.
What do you think here? Are we going to see the Chiefs come out conservative, or are we going to see their typical aired out attack here?
That's a great question. I think, personally, I'd say that the Chiefs like to start and they want to establish that run game. So odds are I think they're going to try a few runs, test that front seven, see if they can get that easy stuff, and then if not, they might start going to the air. This first drive, he kind of plays. He feels out his opponent. He's like a boxer. Likes to throw a few small punches just to kind of see how he's blocking stuff. And I don't know. We'll have to see. We got one of your favorite plays here, Nick. We got a little wide receiver sweep to Greer going right. Almost gets the first.
I've never ran that play.
Oh, yeah, never. No, of course not.
Oh, boy. No, that is a great play, especially with receivers he has. And if you can catch people off guard or playing a little too far inside, you can make a big play out of that.
Whoa. Hold up. We got Brian Gibbs talking trash again in the chat. First time in 6 years it's not Regan or I. His defense got old. How could you call my defense old, sir?
No, I think he's talking about Dave. I think he's talking about Dave's defense.
Oh, Dave. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. It's actually a really nice hot take there. And I usually don't compliment Brian, but that's pretty fire. All right, no, that's true though. That's because that defense was solid. Miles Jack, but he's getting the he just commented, Dave, damn it.
Dave, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Chiefs pick up a big first down there behind Joe Mixon though. That's what keep moving the chains. 2nd and short, 3rd and short, so you don't have to throw the football. But I'm ready. I want to see one of these shots here. We need to see a deep shot. Go ahead and test Anthony Byram.
Yeah, shoot, go with the rollout because that's another thing that's really underrated about Pat Mahomes' game is his mobility. So you get him outside the pocket, he might have a little bit of space against this man coverage because he runs so much man. I know from experience, if you see man coverage, that's a really good opportunity to go ahead and run with the quarterback because usually the DBs are just sitting back there and watching their man instead of the quarterback. There's a little dump off on first down to Greer. Keenan Gordon again, number 16.
First throw of the game. Nice easy pass from Mahomes. Get him rolling here. Get him in rhythm. Now I think we can go right back to Joe Mixon here.
I could see that for sure. Trying to 2nd and 5, that's a good play to do it.
A lot of what we got to do against Jack, though, is he's controlling those user middle linebackers. You have to get misdirection things and cause him to bite.
Yep.
And then go right where he was. That's what I like to do against Jack.
And if this is the play I think it is, we might see something like that here.
Yeah, Yep.
Yep, sure enough. He's got Mixon going out left. He pulls. Yep, perfect. Look at that. Oh, and he's got a wide open man going. He'll go all the way. What that's a beautiful play.
That's what you do. You clear out the middle. Jack did bring a big blitz there, but you clear out the middle of the field and you let your clear playmaker go make a play. And now we got a 7-7 football game.
No doubt. Like I said, this Chiefs offense is extremely explosive. They can score at any time, even on a short little in route like that.
Well, you wonder, is Jack going to respect the Kansas City offense as much as he should? He's probably not too familiar with them. But they have some legit burners on this team.
They do. I wonder if he's going to get aggressive and try and force him into some bad plays instead.
Which he could get burned,
just like on that play.
Yep. That's not how he plays against, my receivers. So
nope.
It'll be interesting to see what he comes up with.
And almost no one in the XCFL makes adjustments better than Jack. So, he really is good. It's like he'll give you a couple and then he'll say, all right, first one's on me. But, man, those next adjustments you'll see are going to be so critical. Hunt going up the middle for a big gain. It's a really nice gain on a first down run. Brings up a 2nd and 3.
A nice start for Hunt. 3 carries, 49 yards. Almost to 100 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he'll take that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that might be a little bit lax for this Kansas City defense is that the front seven doesn't have a lot of depth, hasn't had a lot of injuries. He stayed pretty healthy, but that secondary, he invested a bunch of time and money in the offseason into that secondary, but not so much into the front seven. He's had a few key playmakers up there, so I mean the running lanes might be there for the Redskins.
So far, I'd say they are, because Jack is just taking what the defense gives him and pounding the football.
Yeah, 70 yards in the first quarter would probably indicate that, I'd say.
Yes, but now you got to be careful. Jack will take a shot downfield, though. He's lulling him to sleep here.
Yep. And it's funny because he doesn't have any burners. He doesn't really have anybody that'll tear you up. It's just he'll throw some deep cutting route like a deep post, and he hits him right on the cut, and it'll work. And here it is. Got a play action pass going left. He just decides to hit the dump off, gain about 3 yards. And that is Darnold's 3rd completion on 4 attempts. He's 75% to start out this game.
Yeah, Jack loves Bucky Hodges, the big tight end, the big fast tight end out of Virginia Tech, which is a big reason why Jack loves him. But he's a huge part of this Redskin offense.
Absolutely. And he really makes Bucky a lot better than his overall. Bucky, probably starts the cycle around a 67, 60, but, Jack is just, he knows how to use him. He's got that Virginia Tech sauce. And another big run here on first down by Kareem Hunt. He's pushing 67. He's got 67 yards on 5 carries. It's huge. Huge start for this game.
Sorry about that. I muted myself.
Oh.
But yeah, I was sitting there talking back to you, but never mind that.
I was going to say, I was like, and we have Nick thinking deeply about something.
Oh, no, yeah. No, just my blocked field goal in the NFC Championship. Oh. That's all.
Oof. That one hurts. Yeah, dude, the guy, I'm telling you, I think it was his, enlarged fundament, that definitely blocked that kick. Because that guy, the dude with the dreads, that kicker, man, like, I posted him in trade block. He's fire, man, I'm telling you. I think it got in the way. I think I think we had something get in the way on that kick.
Yeah, I agree. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a lag there.
All right, Kareem Hunt catches a screen pass, takes it for a first down.
Okay, cool.
Skins are rolling, man. Higgy's bringing the blitz, though. And he's almost getting through. And we saw, that's kind of what I did to Jack, too. Tried to make Darnold throw when he wasn't ready, and it was working a lot of the time. Just got to hope it's one of those times, and you get lucky and get a pick and get it rolling your way. But I think Jack's just going to sit here and kind of not drain the clock, but he's playing a little differently than he normally does.
I'd agree with that. He's definitely playing more conservative than usual. I think he's taking what he can get, though. If the running game's there, Jack's going to take it. So there's another run up the middle on 1st and 10, and he gets 6 yards on a first down run, or 5 yards on a first down run. That's about as much as you can ask for.
Oh yeah, 2nd and 5. Got the trips out to the left. We might some type of crosser here. I'd look for Hodges.
All right, Darnold rolling right. Hits his man on a nice little crossing route. And he's in for a touchdown.
Yep, right there. That's the crossing route. That's a big play, big part of this Redskins offense. And just like that, the Skins respond to the Chiefs' quick score. So we'll see. Now it's the Chiefs' turn. What's Pat Mahomes got? The Madden 20 cover boy.
Of course. The guy that we've stared at for a collective probably 300 hours, all staring and waiting and trying to get it to load. I still can't get my Madden 20 to load.
Mine won't work either, man. I haven't tried it since I got home, but
Yeah, I know. I can't even. I don't even want to see that stupid little intro. The intro already has me wanting to die. It's like
dude,
it's too
oh
much.
man. You get Mahomes no look, you get some stupid dive in the end zone by Kamara. It's
Yeah.
just on repeat.
Yep. Over and over and over. And then it's finished off by this cheesy, "We want all the smoke," and you're like, "Yeah, thank you. I know. I want just my game. That's all I want." Going
Oh,
left with Mixon on first down. He's got a huge hole going up the middle, and he might go all the way on
dude,
first
Joe
down.
Mixon. Since he has been a Kansas City Chief, he has put up some massive numbers, man. Joe Mixon is a huge part of this offense. That is huge. We have a football game here,
We
fellas.
absolutely do. A classic shootout. Tosh, go hide your device. You definitely don't want to connect to this one. This one is not something you'll enjoy.
Brian, you can connect because your defense is trash. You'd fit right in this game.
Nah, dude,
Man, Higgy bounces right back.
right? I mean, both times. The offense is flowing effortlessly right now. The biggest thing is just on defense. Can he slow down this running attack for the Washington Redskins?
Yeah, Higgy's used like 4 plays to score 14 points. Jack used like 25 plays to score his 14
Yeah.
points. So we've seen complete opposites, but hey, whatever gets the job done.
75% inside zone to Hunt.
Yeah, Hunt's making the most of it.
He is, absolutely. Another
You
nice
got to
carry
think,
going
though,
left.
with all the carries Hunt's getting early, all you have is Aaron Curtis, the 65 overall, 88 speed running back on the roster. I don't. And a fullback who is almost as fast as the backup running back.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Jack could get more yards with a fullback than most users in the XCFL could with any running back. Jack is one of those guys that he makes running backs good. I don't think he needs a good running back, but it definitely helps. It's kind of like money. It's not everything, but it sure does help. And there's an incomplete pass going left, thrown wild by Darnold.
That.
Yeah.
Right in the hands or head, helmet, whatever you want to call it. Hit something.
If it hits you in the head, you should probably catch it. Isn't that a rule, for receivers? If it can damn near bounce off your body, then yeah, you should have hauled it in.
Here's a big play, though. 3rd and 10 for the Redskins. Kansas City can get, they got momentum now. Hopefully, big stop here, keep it rolling.
Absolutely. And Darnold taking the snap. Looking to pass on 3rd and 10. Hits his man outside, and it's intercepted. What a beautiful catch on the play by Adoree Jackson.
Uh-oh. Chiefs are in business. I think Higgy heard the pregame, man.
He did.
He said, not so fast, my friend. Let's see what we got here. A quick score here would just be, it'd give me a little hype here.
Who would have expected 28 total points at the end of the first quarter?
Oh, yeah.
I
think that's a lot of unfamiliarity, not knowing each other very well, not playing each other often.
That's true. And it seems that, this is reflecting a pattern we've seen league-wide. These last few seasons, we've really seen an increase in points scored. Guys just knowing what works, Yep.
Start to figure out what works. End of the cycle might get a little repetitive here and there, but we got a new man to look forward to, so it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, accurate. I'm hoping I have one, too. I don't know anymore. Spent too long staring at that intro. And Mahomes taking the snap on first down, second and 8. Excuse me. And an overthrown pass there on the crosser. You had a man, but he turfed it.
He had the corner out too, man. Samuel in the slot beat Jack's DB off the line and was wide open for the corner.
He had a lot of guys open there. Yeah, that Redskins defense just isn't playing up to par like you would expect from them.
Yeah, there's speed all over the place, but it's not in the right place.
Clearly.
Big play here, 3rd and 8. Higgie's got to at least get into field goal range.
To capitalize on that turnover, absolutely. We got Mahomes thrown over the middle. Another catch by Gordon. Just had about an inch of space behind the DB, but he hauls it in. Behind Byram it is.
That's a big play by Pat Mahomes there. Threading a needle.
This Kansas City offense just looks confident, not even intimidated by this Washington Redskins defense at all.
Oh, that was great pocket presence from Mahomes, stepping up, wiggling around, delivering the ball on 3rd and 8.
Toss going left. Mixon tries to find a lane, but gets whacked after about a gain of about 2. Brings
You're
up a second
not
and
beating Garif McBride outside.
No chance.
No chance.
And Grief McBride acquired for a ham sandwich and about 35 cents in pocket change this offseason by the Washington Redskins.
As we're putting together the Hall of Fame and the top 25, that's somebody's name who pops up a few times. McBride's had quite a few nice seasons. If Jack would have had him a little bit longer, he probably would have done better. Jared kind of really stunted his growth.
Yeah, it's funny because Grief McBride was actually acquired for pretty much the same price by Jared, and then he gives him away for absolutely nothing. So it was kind of funny. Or to give it to Riot first, and then another huge play there by Trey Greer. And this game, we got another touchdown here, and Kansas City goes up by 21-14. They got a lead of about 7 points.
You can't count out the Redskins until that final whistle blows.
Oh, no chance.
I am a clear believer in that.
Oh, I believe it. From experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jack's kind of like your Brian for me.
Jack sucks. No, Jack's a great player. Brian, you beat Brian though, right?
Yeah, like how many times? But you've beat Jack, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, but he beats me most of the time, and I always choke against him. I can never beat him. I don't know how. Like in the playoffs, it's always bad. It's the one most shameful thing about my entire existence. We got Hunt going left. Another huge gain on 1st down. It brings up a 2nd and 4 on the 34-yard line.
Oh, we need to see what the Redskins got here.
I'm guessing more runs to Hunt.
I think so too.
I mean, if you're getting 6-7 yards a carry, I mean, shoot, why not? I'm sure Jack's thinking that same thing. He's like, okay, I'll run out the clock. He's starting to see. He's almost got
what the Chiefs' offense is capable of.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's starting to respect it and say, all right, I need to keep them off the field.
The Chiefs' DBs are no joke, though. You got Adoree Jackson, the veteran leader back there, Parker Skinner, Aaron Moss, and then your boy Tavon Young too as the 4th corner on the roster. So
yeah, he's a beast.
Not a bad bunch. Yeah, not a bad bunch, and it's a lot of fast guys too. Jack's receivers are definitely outmatched today. So.
And Tavon Young was actually the Super Bowl MVP. I said Tavon Young was the Super Bowl MVP of my game against Jack. So yeah, I'm interested to see. I'm rooting for him for sure. I want to see him get one big pick. He had a pick 6 in our game and a cover 2 in the slot. And speak of the devil. No, never mind. That's a different guy. I'm seeing things now.
I think that's what we're going to see, though. I mean, we're going to see very conservative play calls from the Redskins. It's going to be the short, quick pass across the middle. It's going to be all these runs to Hunt. I think it's going to be like that all game long because he knows his offense is definitely outmatched. Hammer, What's up? I see you in the chat, my man.
Hammer rolling in.
Rolling with the Titans in Madden 20.
Oh, yeah.
He saw Chad, Grizz, and Ace in that division and said, give me some of that. Jumped at the Titans. He didn't care what the roster was looking like. He said, a division I can win every single year. Yep, sign me up.
For real. He was in the AFC South this last cycle, and, man, I'm sure he was – he had a tough division. I mean, underratedly tough. It's one of those that was competitive every single year. I mean, second to the NFC South, I'd say it was probably the most competitive.
Well, and that's a lot of these guys have put up, 5-6 win seasons when they're playing, a lot of the top dogs a lot. those 5-6 win seasons could easily be 8, 9, 10 win seasons if they're in a different division. So it's going to be interesting with the realignment and everything for Madden 20. See what we're dealing with. See who steps up, who the new powerhouses are.
For sure. And it's still a balanced league. Absolutely. It's 110% balanced. Like you look at the divisions, no division has a real clear, guy that's just going to sweep it year in and year out. So, I mean,
True.
I think it'll be a very good balanced cycle as long as we don't see too much Madden cheese right off the bat. Keep Grizz here because I'm sure that he sees one crazy warp pick and he's like, throwing his console out the window. So, it's like, but it's, I just think it should be a good season. I'm looking forward to getting the game in my hands and just playing it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Jack driving.
yeah, Darnold, he's already over to the 30-yard line. Darnold gets hit on the throw by Taven Bryan, and it is knocked out of his hand, but they called it incomplete.
But Higgie's coming off a lot of nickel, a lot of 3-down lineman fronts, and if Jack sees 3-down linemen, I mean, he said it a million times in main chat. If he has more bodies blocking than you're bringing, he's going to run the football, and that's exactly what he's doing.
No doubt. And we got Hammer with a little bit of self-scouting in the chat, saying Hammer needs to get his head on straight. Frustrating when you see two teams in the bowl. I believe I was 3-1 combined against these two teams in the cycle. Well, buddy, I wish you the best yeah, apparently. Wish you the best.
Hammer beat me, man.
With that,
Hammer beat me. That's bull.
We got an injury here. It's a number 17.
Who was it?
And number 17 for the Redskins.
Receiver.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the receivers, a no-name receiver.
They're all the same on his roster.
For real. About 88, 90 speed, good short and medium route. He swipes up those possession guys that nobody really wants. So you're saying Hammer beat you, huh?
He beat me on a play that he didn't actually catch, but they call it a touchdown. The ball rolled all the way back to like the out of bounds in the end zone.
Oh no!
And they call it a touchdown, and he won. I don't know.
Gosh.
But he beat me. He was the best member of that AFC South. I'll stand by it.
We got a big stop by Kansas City here with 3 minutes to go in the first half. I mean, that sack on third down was huge for this team.
Oh yeah, I mean that's big. Holding them to a field goal there. Now, I mean, they have not even proven they can even come close to stopping you here. So, who got the ball first? The Redskins did, right?
I believe they did, yeah.
So if the Chiefs can at least come out here with a field goal, if you're Higgy, you're thinking points. Get me to the half, up 7 at least.
Now, if you're Higgy, do you put the brakes on a little bit? Do you try and run out this 3.5 minutes, or you trying to ride that momentum and say, I'll take a touchdown?
If he hasn't proved he can stop me, what I want to do so far, I'm going to keep going, man. I'll be right back. I got to check on the baby for a second.
No worries. Mahomes making some checks at the line. Hands off left to Mixon. Mixon breaks the tackle, but can't escape the second tackler. And he goes down after no gain. 2nd and 10. Kansas City offense trying to make something happen here. We got Robert Morlock rolling up in chat. What's up, Robert? How you doing, buddy? It says, I believe Higgy is buying breakfast in the morning if he wins. Well, I hope. Cheers to the next morning if Higgy can pull this off. So far, he's looking really, really good. Mahomes taking the snap. Looking to throw on 2nd and 10. Looking over the middle. Is that a holding call? Oh, defensive pass interference on the play. That'll be a free 15 yards. Actually, that might have been called as a spot foul. Puts the ball on the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Kansas City. Mahomes coming to the line, surveying the defense. Jack shifting his defense over. Mahomes making some checks at the line again. Seems to like what he sees. And he hands the ball off to Mixon, going up the middle. He had a lane, but he was swallowed up immediately by the backside defensive end, Mr. Zellner again. Mahomes coming to the line. Clock running down here in the first half. Mixon out right. Looks like cover 2 man. And he tries to hit the corner route. Just can't quite fit it in there on the sideline. And the pass carries his receiver out of bounds. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7. 2 minutes here in the first half. Now if you're Higgy, you're probably going to want to conserve the clock here. Or excuse me, probably run out the clock. You're trying to, you don't want to leave or not complete this 3rd down and give Jack a full 2 minutes to go ahead and do whatever he wants. Probably going to want to try and convert here. It's almost a must. Hey, well, look at that. See that a man, Suntan Superman, good old Coach Boone, rolling up in chat saying he dropped a pre-game interview with Higgy in Maine just in time for halftime. We can go ahead and take a look at that here in about 2 minutes. And Higgy forced to punt on 3rd down. Collects the punt. Gets it past the 30-yard line, almost out to the 35, but he's dropped at the 32. Jack's got 2 minutes here, all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time to make something happen. And if you're Jack, you're wanting points here on this drive. You know Higgy's going to get the ball to start the second half. You don't want to give him a 2-score lead and be chasing the rest of the game. Darnold making some checks at the line, looking to pass on 1st and 10, rolling left, being chased, and he decides to just take what he can get and slide to avoid the hit. 2nd and 6. For those who just joined us, my man, Mr. Nick Larson, he's our color commentator. He's on daddy duty right now. So you get to listen to the beautiful melodious voice of myself. Send all complaints to Van Flank. That is Van, capital F, Flank. You can find him on the Discord server. And Darnold hits a nice little out route there. That'll get him a 1st down. They're marching. 1.5 left. Darnold running, hands the ball off to Hunt, who runs left but can't get much. Kansas City line decided to finally show up. And Yannick Ngakoue on the stop. Makes it a short gain of only about 1. Darnold coming out in the empty set. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Looking to pass. And almost intercepted. Throws into double coverage out to the right. That was not a good read. Luckily, that was a defensive lineman. And that was a nice little hot routed zone coverage by Higgy. Higgy's definitely done his research for this game. You can tell he knows what he's doing. It's looking, this game plan has almost been flawless. Other than the run game, he's on offense, it's perfect. And then on defense, he's just trying to stop that run, slow it up a little bit. And because the secondary is really balled out. Oh, a huge hit. And that will bring up a 4th down right at the 50. And Jack is past the 50-yard line, so he can kick this out of bounds and try to coffin corner him here. I'm sure he's going to try to do that. And he sure does. And he can't quite get it in, and it's going to be a touchback. That's a brutal mistake. Iggy's probably excited to get the ball not at his 1 yard line and take it at the 20. These two teams have really matched up well so far. Kansas City's come out. They've looked strong on both offense and defense. Made some good stops on D. And the offense has just completely carried them to this 4-point lead. Running right with Mixon. And Mixon breaks a tackle but goes down hard after getting hit by McBride. Mahomes looking to pass. Dumps it underneath. 16 seconds left. He's got a first down. He's going to try to probably get a field goal here. Hey, our man Syracuse Pride rolling up in chat saying Chiefs a better matchup than the Finns would have been. It's a nice compliment there, buddy. Appreciate you. It was a hard-fought battle you had, Pride. Congrats on a great cycle. You're one of my favorite users to play, and you took me out of this year, so my thoughts still don't change at all there. I love your style of play personally. Others might not. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Coach Boone wakes up in cold sweats when he thinks about playing as the Dolphins. He's like, wait, what? More than 2 to 3 runs every set of downs? No, sir. 15 play drives, he just starts shaking. What do the Chiefs have called here on 1st and 10? 7 seconds left. 6, 5. And he hits his man outside, and he can't quite haul it in. Gordon almost brought it in, but Bly laid a bone-crushing hit on him, and he dropped the ball. I would have put him in field goal range. But I'm sure Higgie's just happy to see Gordon walk off the field after that play. Mahomes looking to pass. 2 seconds. 1 second. And he tries to hit the deep route, and it's dropped in the end zone. Again, so close there. But Kansas City does get the ball back here to start the second half. And we're going to take a short break here in our game analysis. I'm going to go check out that pre-game interview here. I'm going to go check out that pre-game. All right. So I'll go ahead and read this out for our viewers. It says, Boone, Coach Higgy, the effing AFC champion Chiefs head coach. How are you doing on this Super Bowl day? Hey, Higgy, Boone, thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Glad to be able to take part in these fire interviews you've been putting out. Boone, I'm glad you enjoy the content. Man, have you had a fantastic season, and have you set yourself up for possibly your first Super Bowl? That's impressive. Higgy says it feels really good. It took him 5 seasons to build the team. It'll be sad to let it go, but it was extremely special to have the opportunity to play in the Super Bowl. This is a long interview. This is a really good read, guys. Great content. Boone has been doing these interviews, the exit interviews, and they've been absolutely fire. Higgy has his view about Jackson. He's amazing. Beating him is never easy for any user, and that's absolutely true. He's going to try and protect the ball and not turn it over. He's done that so far in this game. Looking to see how he does going forward. And here's a really good closing statement by Boone. He says, as we get close on game time here, how do you want your first cycle in Madden to be remembered? To the league and fans. Higgy says, I feel that I've ended the cycle well, and I've shown great improvement. I've done my best to prove that I can compete, and I'm constantly watching game film trying to improve. Besides all of that, I just try to be as respectful as possible and be a positive addition to the league. For me, I don't want to be remembered as a good competitor, but as a positive, off-the-field asset to the league. Higgy, we appreciate that mindset, man. That's what makes you one of our best users here. We love to have you, and we couldn't be more proud. Both of these guys here are two really good XCFL users if we have any visitors here. Higgy's one of our newer guys. He picked up the Chiefs about mid-cycle, I think about 2 or 3 seasons in, and he's done everything he can to rebuild them into the juggernaut they are now. On defense, they got a stifling secondary, and then on offense, one of the best receiving corps in the league. Corps in the league. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for pardoning my beautiful voice blunders. It's wonderful. All right, but we got Mixon here. Trying to go toss right. Gets stopped on the play by Beeson. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7 from the 41-yard line. Be kind of a difficult kick here, so he's probably going to try and get something, if not a first. Mahomes dropping back to pass, and he is sacked. Nice blitz there on 3rd and 7. That puts them out of field goal range, and the Chiefs will be forced to punt on their first drive of the second half. And there's the coffin corner punt on all 3 phases of the game, from offense to defense to special teams. This Chiefs team has been right on the money. Another beautiful play there. That'll put the Redskins offense on the 3-yard line, sitting in their own end zone after start their first drive of the second half. Darnold trying to lead this squad. Trying not to get a safety here. That would be absolutely demoralizing. Hunt, running left, gets a yard on the play. He's about 1 yard shy of 100 yards on 12 carries. For those of us just joining, like I said before, our man Nick Larson is on daddy duty. He just got called away. Sometimes, as we all know, that can take a toll, time-wise. Another run going left, but that gets stifled again. But that will push Kareem Hunt over the 100-yard mark as they get a 3rd and 6 here. Jack coming out. Darnold in the gun. Hunt beside him in the backfield. Looking to pass on first, hits the drag, or on 3rd, hits the drag, and he gets the first down. Gets it up to the 17-yard line, gain of about 10. The hot stat of the day is Washington only has 100 yards passing on the day, and they actually have about the same amount of rushing yards as well. So they're going 1 for 1 with passing and rushing yards. Hunt has been carrying the load against his former team, the Kansas City Chiefs. Sam Darnold dropping back to pass yet again. Hits the play-action crosser, and he's got it. That's Ian Thomas, the backup tight end. This Redskins offense is rolling here to start the second half. After being backed up on their 3-yard line. Darnold handing the ball off to Hunt. Works his way up the middle, gets stopped at the 45-yard line. Hunt has 14 carries for 109 yards. Bring up a 2nd and 3. Run going up the middle on first, and he gets whacked. What a hit there on the play by Garrick Sweeney. Number 95, the run-stuffing middle linebacker here for this Kansas City team. He's the captain on that defense. Calls their plays. That'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Redskins running right with the heavy set. And he gets swamped again. And he goes down behind the line of scrimmage. What a stand by this Kansas City defense. And the ball goes out of bounds, or goes into the end zone. That'll bring up a touchback. Kansas City offense and Pat Mahomes come out to the 20-yard line. Looking to score and lock up the final Super Bowl of the Madden 19 cycle for this XCFL league. And Mixon gains about 3-4 yards going up the middle. Brings up a 2nd and 6. Really had a little bit of a scoring slowdown from the first quarter. The first quarter, they both scored 14 points. At the end of the first, it was 14-14. And then here in the second quarter, the Chiefs scored 7 points and the Redskins scored 3. And now in the third, we haven't had any scoring still. Just one drive on each side and a punt on both drives. And a false start here by the Kansas City right tackle. That'll push him back 5, and they'll be facing a 2nd and 11 on the 19-yard line. Pat Mahomes checking at the line. Another great play pulling that middle linebacker out. He's been doing a great job of that. Like Nick said earlier in the game, what you got to do against Jack is you have to get him moving. You have to move that middle linebacker. Because he's a middle linebacker user, you have to make him move. And what he's doing is he's using those little halfback swings, but he's using it as a fake. And so he's going to the pass over top and throwing it right in the middle where that linebacker would have been. Brilliant play call here by Higgy. I mean, he really knows what he's doing. He's watched a bunch of film. It's really impressive. We got Pat Mahomes dropping back again on 1st and 10. Hits Keenan Gordon on the out route. He's got him wide open on the play. He'll get about 15, 16 yards down to the 48-yard line. Now cross midfield. And they're shooting to get points on this drive. They got held out of scoring range last drive. They're going to try to get something out of this one. That'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score, Kansas City 21, the Redskins 17. Would anybody predicted this? The underdog Chiefs would be controlling the majority of the game. They're in good position here. If they can get some points, they might lock up the 3rd AFC Super Bowl of this cycle. And a nice pass over the middle. That's to the tight end, Mike Gesicki, trade target from the Philadelphia Eagles. Came over here about 2 or 3 seasons ago. He's been a big pickup for the Chiefs. They have a very deep receiving roster. Tight end, 3 wide receivers, and a good running back that can all catch the football and make plays with it in their hands. Joe Mixon trying to run the ball on first, but Gareth McBride stuffs that after a gain of 1. Oh. Well, that is unfortunate. All right, guys, I got news. Mr. Nick Larson is not going to make it back. So if anybody wants to hop in to the Discord, we got you can just go hop into the draft show. I'm hanging out here. You guys can do color or just kind of chill out, talk a little bit. It's the last Super Bowl of the cycle. We want to kind of open it up, make it a little bit of fun. You know, it's 6 minutes and 40 seconds, guys. It's trippy. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left on this Madden 19 cycle. Some of you are happy. I know guys like Irek and Ban are probably, rejoicing, as well as Ace. Some of this cycle hasn't been kind to some of you. But guys, we really do appreciate you guys sticking it out and sticking with us. This league has been so successful this season. It's really mind-blowing, man. Like, when I came in at the end of the 18 cycle, we weren't anywhere near, as I would say sportsmanlike and close knit as this group is now. It's like Higgy said, it really is. Almost every single one of these users is all about trying to be as good as they can off the field as well as on the field. It's like that's just what makes this league so great, is we're all here trying to help each other out. And there's Mixon on a nice little swing pass. Again, you catch him sleeping. Hits it with the fake 3 or 4 times in the game, then goes to it on the goal line. It's a brilliant play call. The middle linebacker can't get out there fast enough. And Kansas City snags an 11-point lead now with 5.5 left in the fourth. This Redskins team is looking like they might give it up here. What a game here by Kansas City. I mean, we kind of talked them up as the underdogs, but they have not looked like the underdogs in this game. They haven't been chasing from behind at all. Pretty much from the drop, they've been rolling with it. They've been pretty much controlling the pace of play, the style of play. They've pretty much been controlling the entire game. On special teams, they've been getting those coffin corner punts. Everything. It has been pretty much a clean sweep here by this team. Darnold looking right, or left, I mean. Oh man, it's been a long day when your rights and lefts get mixed up. It's a beautiful time. Am I mentally challenged, you ask? Absolutely. Nowhere near Brian level or Chad level, but definitely mentally challenged to an extent. Left and right are difficult. Some call it dyslexia, I just call it stupid. It's a fun time. Darnold, rolling right. Hits the corner route again. Oh, nice little juke move. Dory Jackson is still trying to find that player. He's running around on the sideline. He's trying to get a road map. He's like, where am I at? What is this? He doesn't even know. He juked him into a different dimension. Somebody go check on him. Those ankles are probably toast. Compound fracture. Darnold dropping back, rolling left, being pursued, and he just chucks it out of bounds. He had pretty much nowhere to go with football. Dave with the interconference support, saying attaboy Higgs in the chat. Higgy, the AFC is rooting for you, my man. Only 4 more minutes, you can close this sucker out. And Jack, oh man, almost intercepted by Yannick Ngakwe. Or Humphrey, never mind. Or Mumfrey or Humphrey or some dude with the Humphrey at the end of his name. One of the defensive ends from Kansas City almost jumped up and snagged it. Clean out of the air. Can't teach that. That reaction time is brilliant. Darnold looking to pass. Dropping back. Hits his receiver on the curl route. Nice play there on 3rd down, and that'll give him a 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. Now, this Redskins team, they do not go anywhere. They are not going anywhere. They are going to stick around until the very end, like we saw in the game with Nick Larson. This game will be close until the finish. Ace showing up in chat. Ace saying AFC West proud. I mean, if you want to be proud of the AFC West, you go right ahead, Ace. We won't judge you, but you know, it's up to you. I'm just kidding, of course. Just joshing with him. I feel like you have to say it in a British accent every time you say Josh. Just joshing, because I see Josh.
Reed, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I wanted to jump in here and help you out, man.
All right, I appreciate it, Robert. We got Robert Morlock rolling up as the color commentator. I'm trying to fill time. I'm like, oh man, I appreciate it.
Nah, you're doing great. What a game. This has really been a good one. Higgy is playing strong. Never say never with Jack, though.
Absolutely. We've seen too many games where he comes back from behind, where you think he's toast and he comes back out of the dead. Rises up out of the grave.
Yeah, he's definitely a special player. There's no doubt about that. But man, am I proud of Higgy. He is really playing well.
No doubt. And we got Syracuse Pride saying Higgs has shoved himself into favorites territory out of the AFC in Madden 20. I would 100% agree. But similar to you, Robert, actually, I'd say he's really got to deal with kind of a less talented roster right off the bat. You got to do a little bit of rebuilding, I think, before he can be in that contending phase. But, definitely one of the better users on the sticks. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I can tell you firsthand, talking to Higgy several hours a day, he has big plans to totally retool that team he's got. And I mean, he's not afraid to do whatever it takes to build his squad. So be ready to see the Broncos taking shape early. And you're probably looking at the template that he's going for.
The multiple fast wide receiver look.
Absolutely. He likes that look. Of course, Nick made it famous and successful, and he's kind of followed that, and that's exactly what he's going for.
That's true. We got a pretty good question here from Syracuse Pride here in the chat. He's asking, did Robert expect this from Higgy?
Higgy is a heck of a player. I mean, I know from playing him, I was very lucky to have beat him a couple seasons ago, and I'd make sure that he doesn't forget it. But very rarely have I ever beat him. I mean, that guy is special.
And somebody else that's really special in this game is Joe Mixon. He just took off for what might be the game-securing touchdown. His second big run of the day, outran everybody in that Washington secondary. And Kansas City now leads by 12 points with 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Robert, we could see another AFC win here.
It would be awesome to see the AFC get this final Super Bowl. I know that only gives us 3 for the cycle, but it definitely would give us some bragging rights.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And against Jack, Jack's one of our better users. It's funny because Jack is, he's been in the Super Bowl so much. I won against him, Brian won against him, and if Higgy wins this game, he would have given up all 3 wins to the AFC squads. I think it's pretty funny.
Wow, that's a good little stat line right there. That's hard to believe that
For
Jack's
real.
so nice.
He owns the NFC, but for some reason the AFC is his Achilles heel.
Wow.
We got Ace with a pretty funny hot take here in chat. He's like, hot take, Madden 20 Broncos will win at least twice as many games as Madden 19 Broncos. Oh, man. I mean, I don't know. That's might be kind of true. I think it's funny.
How about you? Are you ready to try out a Hollywood Brown?
Oh man, oh yeah, that is gonna be, that's gonna be fun, man. He's probably gonna be he's got to be the centerpiece of my offense, and so is Miles Boykin actually. I'll probably be starting Miles Boykin in Hollywood right off the bat, both two speedsters, young guys, and to pair with Lamar and his superstar development. So I'm definitely feeling for you though, because Lamar and Josh Allen are two very similar quarterbacks, but one has superstar, and I think doesn't Josh Allen, does he have star, or is it normal?
Brackett said earlier when I was asking him, he said that they have Allen down for superstar.
Wow,
which really shocked me. I in the beta he was a star.
Well, that would be huge. I mean, to have a 99 throw power quarterback with superstar, I mean, that'd be monstrous.
That would be. I would be ecstatic. When Brackett said that, I about fell out of my chair down at work.
Oh, I bet.
But I would take star. I wouldn't have no problem taking star. Just anything. I mean, obviously he's going to be one of my 4 cornerstone pieces. So he's going to be there for the cycle. I just got to get him better.
Yeah, no doubt. You probably get something for Tyree Jackson too. Tyree is he's a hell of a backup quarterback for sure. I mean, he could probably even start for some of these teams.
Let me tell you what. I have been talking to several owners in regards to Tyree, and some of the offers I've been getting are incredible.
Wow.
I don't see him being in Buffalo long. I'm pretty sure I know his destination, but it should be fun.
As long as it doesn't, start with an F and end with 49ers, I think we'll be fine. But somebody I don't think that is very fine is this Sam Darnold. He's been taking a beating out there. Almost every pass he throws, he's getting hit on. But he converts here, throws a beautiful pass under pressure, right over the middle to Mr. Number 11. I don't know who that is. He's one of these no-name receivers for the Washington Redskins, but there's a minute 45 seconds to go. Jack has all 3 timeouts. He's down by 5, so he's got to get a touchdown here if he wants to try and win this. Higgy, if he gets 1 or 2 first downs, he can lock this thing away here. And a brutal mistake here. Seems like the kicker just shanked it out of bounds. That'll give Kansas City the ball on the 40-yard line with a minute 45 seconds to go.
Wow. Fellas, can you hear me?
Yeah, Nick, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is it clear or no?
Yeah, you're all good.
All right. I snuck away for a bit. How about you? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you show up right when the game's about to be decided. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching. What a performance, man, from Higgy.
For real. Huge game. I mean, he's been playing out of his mind. I was talking about it earlier, pretty much all 3 phases of the game, special teams, offense, and defense, he's been winning on all 3 fronts. Definitely his team is playing really, really well. He's got him coached up, and it looks like his game plan is working to perfection.
Just real quick to address one thing. Robert does not know Tyree Jackson's destination yet because the 49ers have not formally made their offer. So Tyree Jackson has no destination yet.
So that's why he jumped back in there.
Oh,
yeah, that's what he. Whoa. That's why he showed up. He was like, no, I got to make my trade offer. Hold up.
And Regan said, as long as it doesn't start with an F and end with Niners, which San Francisco starts with an S. So hold the phone. Our producer can't even read.
I can't. I don't know my left from my right. I don't read. I'm near Brian level, man. It's not good. I can do basic math, though. I promise.
I flipped that back on and saw Joe Mixon bust off that 75-yard touchdown. Yep. I couldn't believe it.
It was monstrous. Another one. I mean, just he has been carrying this game. I mean, if we get any closer, and a huge interception here for the Washington Redskins. Okay. That's a brutal turnover.
Oh.
Boys, here it is. This is the game clinching. I mean,
can you hear my stream if I have it on? Can you hear
no.
me, but not the
Yeah, I
okay.
can hear you. We can't hear the stream.
Okay.
That is wild.
Just wanted to make sure.
Oh my goodness. So we got Darnold coming to the line here. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to screen left. And he's got wide open turf in front of him. He breaks a tackle and he goes forward for about 10 more yards. Gets it down to the 25-yard line. Washington goes no huddle. Sam Darnold looking to capitalize. He's got that look in his eyes. Rolling left. Stops, tries to fire, jukes out a guy, but he is sacked. Taven Bryan sacks him for a loss of 1. And we got Sean White here rolling up in chat saying, "Finally made it." Good job, Sean. Proud of you, buddy. He said it looks like he missed a barn burner. Yeah, man, it's still not over. We've had tosses and turns, and holy cow, somebody really got tossed there. Yannick Ngakoue just chucked Sam Darnold and threw him over his back.
Oh boy.
Hang in there, Higgy.
3rd and 22. Looking like a good position here. But it's, oh my goodness, almost intercepted. 4th and 22. It's 4th and long. And this will decide the game.
One play, man. One play.
One play
Let's see what
for all the marbles. Sam Darnold coming out. Empty set. 5 wide receivers. Making a check. Secondary backs off the line. For all the marbles in Season 9 Super Bowl. And it's dropped. Beautiful defensive play. And that will clinch the game for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
What a game.
Wow.
Heck of a football game there, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. That's a huge season. Nobody predicted Higgy at the start. I will say I did predict him to make the playoffs. First off, that's huge. But did I predict him to run the table in the AFC? Absolutely not. We joke about the AFC not being as strong as the NFC, but top to bottom, the AFC has had, a very competitive cycle. I know Brian has made the Super Bowl a few more times than others, but it has been an awesome conference, just like the NFC has. And for Higgy to first year in the league put a stamp on it. I mean, it took me like 13 seasons to win my first Super Bowl. So that's not bad, man. That's pretty awesome.
We got Pride in chat saying, "Robert, pile on that breakfast order. Get it set up."
That is an awesome. I mean, first off, congrats to Jack on a hell of a cycle. Also, screw Jack for letting the AFC win 3 Super Bowls because he did give up all 3. I don't know how that happens, but I really do think Jack is such a good game planner. It's just unfamiliar with the AFC rivals that he had to play, and that's what it really came down to.
So, gentlemen, who is your Super Bowl MVP for this game?
Joe Mixon.
It's got to be Mixon.
Yep, I gotta agree.
I think he have 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns.
Yep, and then 2 huge runs he probably had. Yeah, and it looks like
Mahomes obviously is what makes that offense go, but when you look at that roster, you see those 3 receivers with all 95+ speed. No one even thought of it. Joe Mixon was a most outstanding player candidate last year, and I mean this year he was just as impressive. But man, that's awesome. So that gives us our 7th winner of the cycle.
9th actually.
No, that's 9 seasons, but our 7th
winner.
Because
Gotcha.
I won 2 and Brett won 2.
Yep, that would
be.
But
7 winners in 9 seasons is incredible.
That's true.
And shout out to a non-staff member winning, because it's always good when non-staff members win, because then nobody can talk shit that staff people sheet. So that is always good when we have a non-staff member win.
And he's such a great
Except if
man,
it's
dude.
Brian.
What a great user. I mean, like,
Oh,
I
Higgy's
love having
awesome.
him here.
Higgy's one of my favorite owners. You know, we got a really good rookie class of owners this cycle. Higgy, Robert, Tosh, the rest of the D Who crew. I mean, it's been great.
Yeah, wait,
I
did you
mean,
just
if I
mention
didn't mention
Brian? I was
everybody,
gonna
but,
say,
you know.
did you just mention Brian?
No,
Oh, good.
no.
Who was that? Who's the last one you
He's
said
from,
then?
I said the Pride.
Oh, Pride. I thought you
You
said
think
Brian. I
I
was like,
mentioned Brian
bro, I
even as a
know.
good
I was gonna
addition?
say, I was like, dude,
No.
no, hold up.
The only thing that's good about Brian is he's not Josh.
That's true. And Chad, you know,
No,
he's like one step up from
but
Chad.
But overall, though, this is, I mean, you mentioned earlier, this has been the best cycle of XCFL we've ever had. We've improved the last 3 cycles, and it's, you know, every cycle. I think I messaged Sean White every cycle. I'm like, dude, what do you think? Because he's been here forever. What do you think? How are you doing? Are you happy where we're at? And every single time he says, I would have never thought we would have done this. I would have never thought we would have been this far. You know, and it's really cool to see the improvement. When we decided to bring it back, well, me and Jim and then Brent, it was, you know, let's just come back and have a cool place to play. We don't need the content to be out at the top. We don't need to have all the broadcasts. We don't need to put out all these articles. We really reduced the minimum that we had to do article wise. And every single person stepped up and did articles and got on podcasts and jumped on the draft show. And like, you know, it was really cool to see, you know, 27 plus guys, you know, put out, do this cool of a, you know, a product.
Yeah, right on.
It was incredible.
I couldn't agree more, man. It has been an outstanding cycle. I mean, that does wrap up officially our Madden 19 cycle, and it's, you know, Nick, I mean, I'm getting a little misty eyed over here. It's been a good run.
This was, you know, last cycle was awesome. Madden 18. We kicked butt. We had 6 seasons going. We probably would have got eight seasons in if we wouldn't have closed up shop. But to pump out 9 seasons and your 9th season to be 33 days long.
Yeah.
In the middle of beautiful summertime.
Yep.
People got, you know,
they kept getting
it's
faster.
A testament to
They kept getting faster.
It's a testament to the guys we have.
Yeah.
We could easily, I mean, 10, 11, we're going to be playing through guys' entire careers. Like, you're going to have to start planning for retirements with your players, which is just nuts. Guys you draft are going to start regressing hard. And that's really, it's something that you with 9, that's awesome. And it was, how could we have timed it any better?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Access is out now.
Yep. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
But we will, before we wrap this up, we will have a podcast probably once I get with Regan on a date. We're going to talk about the Madden top 25 players. We've been breaking down that list, getting it together. It is not easy, let me tell you, man. Looking at like so-and-so has 50 more sacks, but this guy has 32 interceptions. You know, it is not easy to take. We probably have a list of 50 guys, and we have to cut out 25 of them, and then take that 25 and put them in order.
Yeah, it's insane.
It sucks. And then you have to go and all the not, you know, the Madden generated players and find out who's going to the Hall of Fame. The next podcast is going to be awesome, so make sure you turn in. We'll get a time schedule for that. We'll try to do it live so we can get some interaction. But yeah, this list is still a work in progress. Boy.
Oh yeah.
It's like the million. But shout out to Higgy, man. Great cycle. Shout out to all you guys. Jack, great job. Everybody who made the playoffs, everybody who did content. Let's keep this rolling in Madden 20. We'll get the slider testing going as soon as possible. If you want in on that, shoot me a DM. We're gonna just put up sizes and look at some XP sliders, some game sliders, and kind of see where we want to go with that. We'll have a channel for you to post your stuff in. Certain rules will not change, but we're open to all opinions. So it's just gonna be, you know, some things go by the XFL. Always is.
Whoa.
Change. We'll look into it. But
whoa, Nick, did I hear Brian open his legs in there, or was that Van breathing? I don't know.
I think that's Robert.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, you're all good. All good. Just, I mean, it sounded like Van, dude.
Table.
You know?
I don't know. He might be jumping through a table.
Maybe.
But let's go ahead and sign this off. That was a hell of a cycle, guys. Thanks for being a part of it. Let's make Madden 20 even better.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Robert, for coming on. Appreciate you filling some time with me there. That was got a little slow there while Nick was on daddy duty.
No problem. No problem at all. Thank you guys very much, Nick and Regan both. Man, that was awesome.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. All right, fellas. See you in Madden 20.
All right. See you guys.
See you.